In this video, we're going to talk about a YouTuber who taught a strategy on how to clone a Chinese channel that makes over $30,000 a month using just a few artificial intelligence tools. And which one is the best? First, you don't need a lot of skills, just the ability to operate these AIs. Plus, it's a channel where you don't even need to show your face. This video has some extra content. I've prepared a complete mind map for you to dive deeper into this strategy. Take a look. Overview and potential step-by-step video creation with AI, monetization strategy, those $30,000 a month, additional resources. And as you open it up here, look, it has all the details step by step. Rodrigo, how do I download this mind map? Don't worry, during this video, I'll show you how to download it. Before we start, comment below. Do you already have a monetized YouTube channel? Or are you still working towards the 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers? Comment below. I want to know. Let's get started. Let's go straight to my computer screen. Remember, at the end of the video, I'll tell you exactly which channel this is so you can subscribe. It's really worth it, okay? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
This video here of a train with hands got 10 million views, and this one with the giant head got 6 million views. That's the number of views this YouTube account is getting using a single AI method to create these videos. In a recent research, I noticed that this video here was really standing out for being an extremely high quality AI showing surreal creatures walking down a foggy street. But what really surprised me is that it had 31 million views and over 3,000 comments, which is even more interesting for this type of channel. The creator has only posted 34 videos and managed to gather 188,000 subscribers in just a few months. YouTube pays about 6 cents for every 1,000 views on.
And I'll just say here that this guy really, when he wants to make a channel, it's not a dark channel because he actually shows up, right? I believe it's a real person here, although I do have channels where I make clones using HEYGEN since I'm an official representative, right? I'll leave the link here if you're interested, but basically you can create a clone, but even then it's not a dark channel. It's a channel where you just might not be the presenter. And here, 3, don't know if this is his room or not with all this lighting, but honestly, it's it's pretty stylish. Let's put it that way. Let's keep going here.
With shorts, on this account, he's making well over $9,000 a month, which is about 60,000 reais. It almost sounds unbelievable, right? But you can check it out on the Real Stats or any other analytics site and draw your own conclusions. And all of this is just from ad revenue, and this is just the beginning. This creator is very smart. After doing a bit of digging, I found out that he posts the same videos on his Instagram page and has gained over 300,000 followers. And with every reel he posts, he gets millions of views. And that's not all. A TikTok page with over 100,000 followers gets millions of views.
This is a strategy. You're going to post on YouTube Shorts, you're going to post on Instagram, and you're going to post on TikTok. You'll earn monetization from all 3. YouTube obviously pays for ads, but you can also add a sponsorship. You can link your own product or you can link an affiliate product. As the video goes on, I'll be giving some tips on how to monetize here. That's my specialty, right? Taking what you do with artificial intelligence and making money from it, right?
And it doesn't stop there. I found out that this creator is using a secret strategy on his YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok profiles. And this strategy allows him to easily make over $30,000 a month on top of what he already earns from ad revenue. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how he's doing. And when you finish watching this, you'll have everything you need to make your first $1,000. And the best part is you can do this completely for free. Here, there's no beating around the bushes, straight to the point. All I ask in exchange for this knowledge is that you click the like button and follow everything I'm going to show you here, step by step. When I saw these videos for the first time, I thought, this must have been made by a professional animator, a big studio, something like that. But I found out it's much easier than I imagined.
Nowadays, with artificial intelligence, anyone who subscribed to this channel knows that we can easily do this. Both images and videos, right?
So I took some time to investigate and test all the AI tools I have at my disposal and finally uncovered the secret. I discovered the exact method that this creator is using to produce these masterpieces. But before we start, this isn't going to be a rushed and clumsy step-by-step guide. I'm talking about literally every stage, a clear step-by-step, every tool and every setting, every prompt, and that's not all. I'm going to copy his most viral video, which got 31 million views, using exactly the same artificial intelligence method. And at the end, I'm going to reveal a secret monetization strategy that makes him earn over $30,000.
The good thing is that he uses a good strategy, right? He uses it here at the end, secret strategy, right? Definitely. It's a strategy to make you stay until the end of the video. So stay until the end of the video to learn the secret strategy.
Dollars per month on autopilot. The big opportunity here is that no one else is talking about this method, so it's completely untapped. And just to prove to you that it really works, here's a short clip from the video I made using exactly the same method I'm going to teach you.
Well, I've already thought of about 3 ways to do this, but let him talk first. Then I'll explain how it could also be done in other ways, so you leave here with more than one strategy to try.
So the first thing we're going to do is post the videos on all social networks, not just YouTube. As I showed earlier, this creator isn't just on YouTube. He posts the same videos on TikTok and Instagram. So let's get our accounts ready to post. And the most viral video on this channel is a surreal clip with giant humanoid figures with absurdly long legs. And it's pretty obvious why this video blew up. It's unique, impactful, and completely different from most others. Generating the images. So the first step is to create images of these unreal figures. Then we'll use an AI tool to animate these images and turn them into a complete video. But before that...
So let's go, generate the image, and then animate the image. Now, most likely, to generate the image, you'll need a text prompt, right? Let's see how he's going to create it.
Before anything else, we need a powerful prompt that generates exactly the kind of image we want. To be clear with you, this is probably the hardest part. Look at this. It looks like something straight out of a Marvel movie. So how are we going to...
It's not that hard, really. Of course, right? If you create from scratch, it's harder than cloning. Cloning is easy because someone has already imagined it, right?
Competing with something like this. So I spent hours testing, tweaking, and refining dozens of prompts. And thanks to that, I found the exact prompt you need.
Let's take a look at the prompt. Give me a list of prompts to generate surreal images featuring a group of grotesque and surreal creatures walking down a foggy urban street, with their heads replaced by bizarre shapes like... Okay, you can do that, right? But if the idea was to clone, then basically that's what you can do, right? You can... Let's say I'll grab an image here. I'll take an image from the video itself. It's just that I don't want to leave where I am. But look, let's take his own video here. Okay. So look, I'm going to take this image here. What can I do? See? I can come here and take a screenshot. See? Take a screenshot here. He said this was the most viewed video, right? I'll come here. 31 million. Got it. See, now I have the image. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to come here to ChatGPT. I could use Gemini too. But anyway, I'm going to open my account here. Look, on ChatGPT, which is an account you can use for free for what I'm about to do here. Even though my account is plus, it's paid. Okay. Look, here's the image. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is grab my prompt, which is for image description, right? I'm going to open another ChatGPT window here, and I'll go to my little folder for my cinema channel, by the way. Go subscribe there later. Basically, here's the deal. Check this out. I came here to any of these, like the Superman video, for example, anyway. I'm going to grab the prompt I used to describe the image. Want to see? Look, I'll find it here. Where is it? Here it is. Look, all right, I'm going to grab it here. Great, check this out. Create a descriptive prompt in English and Portuguese, since I have channels in English, Spanish, and German of this image or images with as many details as possible, so that an image AI in the style of... This here is the name of the image generator from ChatGPT. If you're going to use Leonardo AI, you put Leonardo AI. If you're going to use Flux, you put Flux. If you're going to use Midjourney, you put Midjourney. Remove any word that could be inappropriate for the AI algorithm. In other words, no word that could make the AI reject my prompt, right? So, I don't know, anything of an adult nature or something like that, right? Look, I'm going to click here and it will describe the image. Great! And now, look, I already have the prompt here to generate the similar image. Check it out. A surreal scene of an urban procession at dawn, with thick fog enveloping buildings in the background and a crowd of spectators lined up on the sidewalks. In the foreground, several animated sculptures with giant humanoid heads. So what do? I take this, which is huge. Then I open an image AI. I'm going to open ChatGPT's image AI here, but you can use any of them. You can even use Leonardo AI, which is really good. And free, you get about 150 credits to use. But look, basically you'll come here and choose the image. Here you can choose 3x2, 1x1, 2x3, and then you send it here. If it were on ChatGPT, which you can do here as well, the only thing you would do is click on Tools, then select Create Image, and that's it. You just put it here. The only difference is that over there, I set it to 3:2, right? You just type it like this. Look, you create the image in a 9:16 ratio, which is the vertical one, specifically designed for a portrait orientation. So to be clear, it's a 9:16 aspect ratio. All right, you can even make it mandatory, ensuring that all subsequent creations adhere to this precise vertical dimension. Okay, you clicked here, it's generating, it's making a vertical one here and a horizontal one here, right? It's loading here. Let's go back to the structure, to the strategy, and then I'll come back here, okay? Let's keep going. Let's keep going, and then I'll come back to see how the image turned out.
So let's put it into action. Go to Google and search for Microsoft Copilot. When the tool opens, paste the prompt here. It will generate exactly the type of image we're looking for. You can also...
Look, Microsoft Copilot uses OpenAI's artificial intelligence because Microsoft is an investor. So basically, it's going to be very close to the quality of ChatGPT.
Need ChatGPT for this, but I tested both, and Copilot delivers much better results for this kind of creation. Now that we have the image prompts in hand, it's time to generate the surreal images. And since we don't want to spend a fortune on AI software, I always use Leonardo AI, which is free and gives you credits every day. So go to the Leonardo website and create a new account for free. And after logging in, click on Image Creation. And if you've never used this tool before, it basically creates anything you type. So it turns text into realistic images. But before pasting the prompt, we need to adjust some important settings. The first step then is to switch to the new model called Flow State. I've already tested this model in another tutorial from a different niche that's going viral, and you can be sure it will give you amazing results. Then set the image ratio to 9:16. That's the ideal format for YouTube Shorts, TikTok.
So 9:16, and this flow state, basically, I've already featured it here on the channel. Basically, here's how it works. You enter the prompt and it won't just generate one or two images. It will keep generating image after image, one new image and then another, until you're satisfied with one of them. The only problem is that it uses up a lot, okay? So you need to be careful. You go there, check the ones it generated, and don't scroll your mouse down, all right? Because otherwise it will generate 4 more, then another 4, and then another 4. Your credits will run out quickly, but flow state is really good. I'll even leave the link to the video where I taught how to use it.
Only here on Instagram. After that, we're ready to bring our first prompt to life. Go to Copilot, copy the image command, paste it here in Leonardo, and click Generate. And just look at the result. The images turn out almost identical to that video with 31 million views.
Let's see what we've generated here. All right, let's open it up here. Let's see how it turned out. Let's see if it generated here. Look at that. Look at that. It's way better than the one in the tutorial, not because the quality is better, right? Because Leonardo AI is really good. But isn't the idea to clone? So it turned out really close. Look here. This is the original image. And check this one out. Simply fantastic. Leave a comment below. Remember that when you are generating an image or a video, you should also consider what exactly you are going to do with it. Are you planning to create your own YouTube channel? Use the videos. I always teach my mentees to have an entrepreneurial mindset, to think about why they're creating, right? How I'm creating, learning the best tools, but also how I'm going to get a return on my time, right? And that's when you trade your time for money, and then you have fun in the process. One important thing, folks, I started the channel club. There are 3 levels, but basically at the first level, I send videos with priority so you can watch them before everyone else on YouTube. In addition, comments are answered with priority, but if you want something really special, at level 2, besides all that, there are exclusive videos and you can make a post in our YouTube community, even with an image. Okay? Anyone can, right? Subscribers. But if you're a level 2 member, when you make a post, I'll reply to you with priority. So you can ask whatever you want and I'll give you my opinion. Maybe something about business, something about artificial intelligence, or a recommendation. Post it there. Just make sure you're a level 2 channel member. First post it and I'll reply. Okay? Let's keep going here. Let's continue with this strategy here. Let's go back there. Let's go.
But clearly, we're not going to stop here. We need to create different types of images and combine them to make the video as attractive as possible. So what you're going to do now is simple. Go back, copy the next prompt, and generate new images. And the results are absolutely impressive. And for this result, we're going to use only these images. So I'm going to download the best ones, and after that, we'll move on to the next step, turning these amazing images into a complete video. You can use any tool. It could be Runway, Kling, Pix, or whichever one you prefer. But in this case, I'm going to use Helu because after testing almost all of them, this was the one that gave the best results and was closest to what I wanted.
Helu is one of the best. Helu, Runway, Kling, Sorawich is from OpenAI is just so-so. And then there's the best of all, which is Google VO3. I brought a recent comparison this week. I'll leave the link here when I finish where I basically compared Google's VO3 with Kling, Runway, and Minimax. I'll share it with you all later.
Do this. Open your browser, search for Helu, and click on the first link. Click on sign in and log in with Google. And if it's your first time here, there's some good news. You get a free unlimited 3-day trial, and even returning users get 100 free tokens per day, which is really great. And here on the site, you'll have two options, text to video and image to video. Since we already have the images, let's choose image to video. Now do the following. Upload the first image and in the description field, write a simple action like walking slowly and click create. And repeat the process with the other images. But remember, if you're using the free version, the generation might take a while. So I take the opportunity to take a break and study something else or drink some water. So if you don't want to wait, there's a quick trick. Log in with another email account or borrow one from someone. And that way you can create several at the same time. The videos are ready. Let's take a look. And look how amazing this is. It even looks like a movie scene. The next step is to download all the videos. And with that, you've already got 80% of the work done. But to really make this go viral, the video needs to be more engaging and immersive. That's why we're going to add sound effects and a soundtrack. And I'm going to show you exactly where to find the best resources. Now let's move on to the next stage, editing. So the final stage, here we're not going to create any complex edits. And to keep everything as cost-effective as possible, we'll use a free tool like CapCut. First of all, open a new project, import all the videos generated with AI, and add them to the timeline one by one until you've added them all. And to make the transition smoother, you can add a soft effect. Just click up here and choose a light transition effect.
I would certainly do that too, but just for a comprehensive comparison, if you were to use Google VO3, you can seamlessly add both sound effects and spoken dialogue. I know that there aren't any actual dialogues in this particular case, but for example, consider these extraterrestrial aliens walking slowly down the bustling street. You could certainly add that they're, like perhaps walking in the pouring rain, creating a more vivid and immersive scene. Then you'll have the sound of rain, the sound of footsteps in the water. Yeah, the street is full of cars passing by, so you'll hear the sound of cars driving by, honking, people talking like, wow, what's going on? Commenting right there. Then that sound will come up. A lot of wind, the wind will come up. So if you have the chance to use Google VO3, I've already made more than 10 videos about it on the channel. I'll leave the video AI folder for you. But basically, you can do everything in the same place. And by using Flow, which is the editing AI video editor for Google VO3, you can already combine all the videos within the tool itself. So that means you can do everything there. But this is a very good and cheaper way to make the video.
Like this one. To apply it, just drag and drop it between the two clips. Or if you prefer, just click the Apply to All button and the effect will be added to the entire project. But that's not all. Shall we make it even more realistic by adding visual effects? So go to the Effects tab and look for this effect here. Drag it over all the videos, then adjust it in the settings, and that's it. It will already make a huge difference. Adding sound effects. Before exporting the video, I recommend including some sound effects to make it.
Man, I'm starting to think this guy's an avatar because he keeps dancing exactly the same way. Look, just watch here. I'm just going to lower the volume. Look! Look, he keeps dancing the same way every time, man. Let's go back here now. Look. I really think this guy is an avatar, man. Look, let me grab it again here. Sorry for the blur, but I really think it's something else. Look, let's grab it here. Look, he's always dancing the same way. Look, look. I don't know. I'm suspicious, huh? I'm suspicious. But let's continue from where we left off.
I recommend adding some sound effects to make it more immersive. That way your video will go viral. And for that, there's an AI called DubDub. If you don't know it, DubDub is a complete package of AI tools to create avatars, voices, voice clones, and even avatar clones. I'll leave the link.
Well, in this case, HEYGEN is definitely the best. Absolutely, for sure. Not just because I am the official and authorized representative, but it is truly the absolute best, like, in the entire world, right? It's genuinely unparalleled. It's just that simple, right? It's already been considered. It's always up there among the top 1 or 2. In fact, I have 12 channels, 10 monetized. And if you look here, see, even the support works, right? But basically, look, I have 60 videos, some rendering, because we make about 16 videos per day on the channels, okay? So when it says TKI, that's the German channel. When it says IAD, those are the Spanish channels. When it says DAI, those are the English channels. And there's also the Portuguese one, which is MA. But it's not here in this case because I don't use this tool since I'm using another one for translation. But you can choose avatars. By the way, check out my clone here. Look at my clone here. I'm starting to think the guy is a clone, right? But just look at my clone. I just won't put the voice here so it doesn't get confusing. But basically, it's me. Check this out. Look, I'm here in my office. Look, it moves. Take a look here. It's exactly like me. Look how cool. With my rings. Check it out. That's why I'm thinking the guy is the avatar. Anyway, you can even, look, create voices here, right? Clone voices, create voices from scratch. Avatars too, cartoons, which is another... Actually, the last channel I monetized was with these presenters. Anyway, let me get back to the video there. Let's keep going.
Link in the description for you to check out later. But in this case, let's use the sound effects feature and it works like this. Click on the sound effects option and type in a description. But hold on, you can go back to ChatGPT or Copilot and ask for a prompt. You can also copy directly from Google Docs. So once you've copied the generated description, paste it into dub. And here's a tip. It lets you create effects up to 22 seconds long, but ideally try to keep it under 10 seconds to improve the quality. Turn on the maximum sound stability feature, click generate, and that's it. The magic is already happening. Look, it turned out amazing, listen.
It sounds incredible, right? So repeat the process until you get all the sounds you need. Very good. Another recommendation is ELEVENLABS. I'll leave both HEYGEN and ELEVENLABS for you. ELEVENLABS is the best for sound and voices. Although HEYGEN does this too, it partners with OpenAI and ELEVENLABS. So it's a complete solution where you can generate avatars, create voices, translate videos, and internationalize your channel. But if you want to focus only on voice and sound effects, ELEVENLABS is also wonderful. The link is in the description.
Just go back to CapCut, upload all the effects, drag them onto the timeline, and align each sound with its respective video. This step connects everything and makes the video even more immersive and realistic. It's even hard to tell if this is real or not. Adding the background music, and to give it that final touch and make everything more impactful, let's add a background soundtrack.
Look at that, he's dancing exactly the same. It's it's identical, man. It's the same move. I'm sure he's a clone, dude. I'm sure, now I'm really sure.
And to give it that final touch and make everything more impactful, let's add a background soundtrack. And if you already have a track in mind, you can use it without any problem, but just make sure it doesn't have copyright issues first. If you want something new and high quality, just visit Epidemic Sound. But since the idea here is to keep everything free and practical, let's use Pixabay. So type the style or theme you want into the search bar. I recommend something like cinematic, fear, or dark. They go well with this type of content. So listen to a few options, pick the one that fits the video best, and click download. Then go back to CapCut, upload the file, and drag the music onto the timeline. You might need to adjust the audio to sync it perfectly with the videos. That's it. Now the editing is pretty much done, so it's time to export. Click this button, set the resolution to 1080p and the frame rate to 60 FPS to get the best possible quality. Final result. Finally, click on export and you're done. Your video is finished. And that's...
Hey everyone! Did you like seeing how you can clone a successful channel? Of course, you're not going to do it exactly the same. That would be plagiarism, but you can take the structure, you can take the style, and change a thing or two, right? Sometimes a bit of the design, sometimes some of the sound effects, sometimes a bit of the atmosphere, the setting. Suddenly, real locations around the world, so you can do it in Paris, in New York, in Brazil, and so on. But the step-by-step process is exactly the same. I wanted to show you other possibilities, other AIs, other apps, so you have these options, okay? Comment below if you have any questions. And remember, all level 2 members are indeed able to post their thoughts and questions within the community forum. And if you have successfully made it all the way to the very end of this particular video, please do comment below and let us know, is the guy presenting this content a clone or perhaps not? I'll leave a recommendation of which AIs I use in my native language videos and in my videos for international channels. Let's continue this conversation in that video. See you soon!